Moldova.
Moldova. It's confusing when they don't have the flag.
Yes, they
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for these teams.
Italy leaving with their head held high.
Big cheer for the Italian team there.
Which is your favorite? Make some noise. Let's go when that battle begins.
The Italians will be able to walk away with their heads held high after such a good tournament.
Moldova.
Great cheers from their teammates there. You can see the Italians in the corner there, all bunched together with the blue tabards on.
Definitely proud to come this far and do such a fantastic performance.
Is everyone ready for some action?
Doubting your worth after such a competition. On the lower field, we can see the Canadian teams wanting to obviously hug the French teams and make sure that there's some great relations there. Sure. I believe it was the Canadian captain telling them to go make sure that everything is all sorted. Not all of them doing so. Maybe it was a very personal thing from that Canadian fighter.
Italy with a great tournament there. They are on to the playoffs, to the finals of the 21 versus 21. They've already taken a bronze medal. A fantastic achievement.
Come on, everyone, let's make some noise.
Vamos a gritar, vamos a animar with the 5 versus 5, all teams progressing.
Now France stepping it up against Canada.
Oh, that's a big takedown there. Some great movement here from the French. And look how fast they are going, taking advantage, smashing down to that Canadian there.
But the Frenchman fell down as well, rolling over backwards.
Yep.
And it's going to be a tight one. It seems that there's been some heavy hits coming in there from the Frenchman. This corner, as we're watching now, but nice and messy.
That's got that. Oh, he tries to move again. This time it does not work. I think he got cocky with it.
A bit too low on the squats and slipped his footing.
Yep. This tried the move again, we saw.
This is a 3-2 fight with the French with the advantage. This Dane getting, this Canadian getting jacked in the corner.
Very, very impressive from France here. Great aggression from this team. They are so well. But look at the athleticism charging into him with a flying kick.
Definitely. It looks like the Polish have won the bout up above. Canada moving hard for this group, and unfortunately down now a 2 versus 1. The Canadian doing his best, but now being pushed against all of the
French
down
now
bodies.
Managing to pile up the bodies there. 2 fighters left. A few mistakes there with both teams. However, that was impressive.
French doing their utmost, some engagement
with France versus Canada.
Sorry, yes, France versus Canada.
And the speed has suddenly come to a stop. It all comes to crunching against the list.
Hopefully one of the Canadians can disengage. We see that Canadian a bit more free, landing some fantastic shield punches, but I don't feel the fight is warranted there. Maybe he's trying to free his other Canadian friend. He has done so, allowing him to have his head free. But unfortunately, one of the Canadians has gone down.
You can see how they're trying to trap each other's feet and go for a leg sweep.
This is the fighters in the distance there. Obviously, a big Canadian fighter taking his time. Now, it is unfortunately a disadvantage to the Canadians in terms of teams. We see a Canadian coach trying to get in there close, being asked to move back to his side.
Well, that's right. Well, I think they're going to feel the pressure a bit more on these lists for the time being. You can really see the difference between the 5 versus 5 and 21 versus 21 with the French team.
The French team member nearly going down. Oh, both of them down, meaning that we now have a 3-2 setup. Unfortunately, that Canadian doing a fantastic move, but not knowing when to let go or how hard to hold on to that list.
It's a big guy. They've got their work cut out here.
Could still be anybody's game. As we see on the other side of the list, there is they were separated, and now we have a Canadian and French fighter. If that Canadian can reposition himself or use a body on the ground,
he's gone for a push. He's gone charging into that Canadian there.
This may mean that the Canadian on the closest side of the field, the ones we're watching right now, he might actually have a slight advantage now that he has only one-on-one. If he, stand corrected with that kick to the arse. Seems that there is maybe an issue with the armor by the strong, stocky Canadian at the top of the field.
They're both being held. I'm not sure if he's going to be grounded.
He has been grounded.
In the meantime, the other loose Frenchman's got it, and it should be stopped because it's 3-1, and there it is.
It's very unfortunate.
France.
This is why you have to take absolute care of your armor, because if one failing in the armor, that can mean changing the entire tide of what we just saw. as there is only 3 versus 2 fighters on the field.
I think there was the discrepancy.
I think they have sorted this out.
This means they would have inspected the video footage and seen that in fact there was nothing wrong with that Canadian fighter's armor.
It is unfortunately a bit of a disadvantage to them, but nonetheless good that they have a second try.
Yeah.
This fight is
look
kicking
now
off.
at USA versus Italy. You can see the Italian captain there flying into his opponents. A big run there from that USA fighter. You can see the speed of all of these fighters together.
You're not taking anybody down. Coming down to this Canadian team, obviously they're coping quite well. There's a Canadian team member stuck in the middle of the field. He now moves to the edge of the list to try to get some support. The French working hard to take his legs out as he's doing his best to hold on to the edge of the list. Now cutting across to the American team and back to the Canadian team. They're holding on for dear life. He might unfortunately get pushed out of the arena, and that is it.
Move there
that is a win to the French.
Very swift. Hopefully we'll switch straight back to Italy, USA.
And it seems to be that Italy is holding their own against Team USA. There has been only 2 USA team members. It's split across the entire field.
Right now.
We have one member in the right corner of your screen, top right corner of your screen. USA versus America. The marshals are getting them to separate for some reason.
And I think that's being called, and I'm not sure if that means yes, that's right. The first round goes to Italy.
What a surprising twist of events. I have
surprising.
That wrong.
You eat your words, my friend. My faith was in those Italians, or my faith.
It seems to be that they are. They always have something a little more in their tank and a little more in their mind to adapt to the scenarios. They've been able to meet nearly every single team that came at them uniquely. Cut to that.
You can see those shots coming down, but not making that much difference against that large Czech fighter.
No, he's definitely knew he was able to take those blows, but he couldn't quite decide who or how fast as the French team members. Polish now engaging with Moldova. Poland keeping a strong line, but the Moldovan run is pushing it hard.
Oh, look at the movement that they've got. Straight in there.